Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are here to talk about our project on blockchain-based authentication for multimedia files. Our team members are Ajay, Alisha, Mamtha, Karishma, and Srinivas. We worked with Rafat from BRR Technology Solutions and our supervisor, Dr. Mohammed. And the next slide. Here, what we'll be covering today. First, an introduction to why this project is important. Next, we'll look all the goals and objectives we set. We'll go through our methodology and we did each part. Then we'll show you the implementation followed by results. In the introduction, deep fakes and deep images are becoming serious problem online. They become more hard and trust what we see in videos and photos. So we wanted to create a system that lets people check if media files is real or not. Our project goal was to use blockchain and machine learning to make this possible. We wanted to help industries like media, law, healthcare projects, their digital files. And next will be continued by my friend Alicia.
So in this slide, I'm going to tell about the project detail design. So in this, the architecture, like we are using Ethereum blockchain for metadata, IPFS for media storage, and the data flow we can upload and then hash and the blockchain, and we will upload the IPFS and it will verified. And the UI and UX, like we are using a simple clean web interface and the real-time verification status. For the security, we are using 256 hashing and immutable smart contracts. And the visuals will be like the system architecture and data flow diagram, like as you can see in the picture. So in another slide, here are the objectives of this project. So the first one is develop a decentralized application that allow users to upload and verify multimedia files securely. And they use cryptographic hashing algorithm to generate unique file signatures like the fingerprints, and create smart contracts to manage file metadata like hash value, ownership, and time stamps, and then integrate machine learning algorithm to detect and flag manipulated for fake multimedia content. And the last one is ensure the system is scalable, secure, and user friendly for real world deployment. So in another slide, here is the project detail designs, like the system overview, verification, how the workflow of this project, and the key features. For the system overview, like the user upload media content like image, video, audio, and then content is hashed and a digital signature is created. And for the verification, user request content authenticity check and then verification module cross check. And for the key features, uh, like for the key features, decentralized and tamper-proof architectures, and the integration of smart contract and machine learning for advanced detection. And in the for the next slide, here is a methodology, like the key heading is going here, requirement analysis, and then blockchain development. After that, decentralized storage, and then front-end development, module integrations, and then the testing phase, and the iterative feedback, and after the feedback, the final development will be applied. So the next slide will be continued by my friend Ajay.
Here, how we did our project step by step. First, we talked to the client and supervisor to understand exactly what was we needed, and we planned out our work and created timeline. The front end was built using React. We tested everything carefully to make sure it worked. Finally, we shared our updates with client and supervisor and got feedback to improve project. And we are software requirements. We need different tools to make this system work for blockchain and smart contracts. And we use the remix and solidity. Here we have here we need hardware requirements is about we didn't need any fancy hardware for testing. A normal computer with least 8 GB of RAM and decent processor was good enough. We also needed a stable internet connection for testing and deployment. And next slide is continued by
This is our implementation. Like you can see user login, upload hashing, smart contracts, IFS storage, module, user feedbacks, everything. This is the flowchart implementation process. As we discussed earlier, this is our flowchart. This is our project development environment, like how we implemented in our system, how we developed the software. Everything is in it. We use the visual code for it. And the next slides will be explained by my teammate, Karishma. Thank you.
The next slide would be media checker interface. Srinivas, can you go to the next slide? Yeah. In here, this is what our interface looks like. The earlier one, media checker interface. Yeah. So in this one, we can click a button to see the verification process. So the interface we designed is very clear with the simple buttons and instructions. We wanted to make sure that anyone, even if the people who don't know much about it, can even use the system. So the next one is the checking media content. So this is usually the system checks the uploaded file. So whenever the user uploads a file that creates a unique fingerprint or hash value, so if the file is genuine, it hasn't been changed, the system will show the green tick mark. So the media file should be original and hasn't tampered with. Can you go to the next slide, please? So this is the checking media integrity. So if the media finds something is suspicious, the hash value doesn't match, and the user will see the message telling that your file is suspicious. So the important feature for users who want to make sure that the content hasn't been changed is this slide. So the conclusion and the limitation and future work would be to wrap up everything. We have built a system that checks the multimedia files that are real or fake. So if it's secure and works well, but we did find some challenges, like to improve the machine learning part or maybe expand the audio or 3D files too. So here are like all the references which have poster. So here is our poster we have just created for the blockchain based authentication system. So have you learned from the previous slides? I think you already know about it. So with the rise of the deepfake technology, we are just verifying our photos and videos. That has become a serious concern in nowadays. So we are just using via DApp application, via some contract meta based application, and that is our scalability and security testing. So these are our teammates, and we're just working with our industry partner with the BBR Technology Solutions, and that is our poster. Thank you so much, everyone.